funny if like they had a postseason tournament where they're like, since we have so many Bulldog names, like we need to narrow it down to one. So whoever wins gets to keep their name. You'd see the best basketball of your life. There's going to be some crazy shit. People are going to bet Eastern Washington, they lose by 10. And people are going to be like, oh my God, this team sucks. Or like Montana State blows a game and people are like, what the, the Big Sky's trash.
I feel like I just can't take you seriously. And at the same
program.
time, yeah, it's like I simultaneously can't take you seriously and I'm extremely interested in everything that you have to say.
That's good. That's what we need out of this stream, okay? That like inertia or something? There's like a...
Well, I mean, like moving water requires colder energy to freeze. I can go call my mom. My mom literally lives on a river in Wisconsin.
What do we call that? Boots on
ground. Yeah. Okay, so you've got your mom's house on the under, and you've got life savings on UNLV. What else? What else can we wager? Future Kids College Fund. I mean, yeah. Well, so we're gonna double up, right? So we're gonna parlay the house and the life savings, and then we're gonna roll that through on something.
Told you we always been ready. I don't need people that's petty, that weigh on me heavy while I'm being steady. I need a record with Felly. We get it bouncing like Betty's. I feel like I'm Nelly. Don't bring the beef like a deli. It's leaving I levy. No sleeping on me like I'm Freddy. Chris Breeze, how I do. Hit him with the moves. Left hand step back, ballin' like I'm Coos. All faith, God's plan, you just gotta choose. God slaps, nothing left to prove. Y'all gotta leave me alone. Lately I've been in my zone. Told them no cap like I fitted, but lately the flows have been straight off the dome. I feel like I'm MVP, like my name Patty Mahomes. If it ain't about money, don't hit on my phone, cause lately I've been in my zone.
Hello, welcome to the Cowboys Show, hosted by Ben Carey and Nick Gronerad, combining expert human opinions with cutting-edge simulation models to help you arrive at the best picks each week. Inside Edge Community. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to today's stream. We've got the conclusion of NFL Week number 8 with Monday Night Football between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Detroit Lions. In what I think, I'm like cautiously optimistic. This is going to be a pretty good game. Some interesting narratives, some interesting storylines on both sides, and a game that is actually potentially pretty impactful for playoff chances for these teams. I mean, the Raiders sitting at 3-4 right now, opportunity to grab a win and actually move to 500, move to 4-4. Probably put them like half a game out of a playoff spot. I mean, even with the Chiefs losing to Denver last night, I don't think that we're really at the point where we're talking about any of the other teams in that division, all sitting on 3 wins right now, catching up to the Chiefs, winning the division. But with them all at 3 wins, these wins are important for wildcard spots, even if they maybe don't play so much of a factor in tiebreakers. And then on the Lions end, you got Minnesota, the only other team in that division that looks like they're contending with them. We got the Lions at 5-2 right now, the Vikings at 4-4. But the Vikings yesterday lost their quarterback, Kirk Cousins, out for the season with a torn Achilles tendon. Would not be surprised at all to see the Vikings make a trade for a quarterback to finish off the season. But a big opportunity here for the Lions to really put some space between them and Minnesota, and make it that much harder for the Vikings with whoever they have at quarterback to challenge them for the division title. So numbers in this game, we're looking at Lions -7, pretty consensus across the board. I'm showing like Bet Rivers has a 6.5 for the Lions, but 7 everywhere else. Over under in this game looking like it's going to sit at 46. There's a couple 45.5s. There's even a 46.5 on Pinnacle. But 46 seems to be the number that we're at. As always, we got a poll up. You got probably 6 minutes or so to get your votes in. Let us know what you like as far as sides or totals. And let's see what we got. So we got some people in chat. So we got Heisenberg says Jimmy Garoppolo under longest completion. Look, I I don't want to spoil all of the props that we're gonna have throughout the show. But yes, Jimmy Garoppolo under longest completion is one of my favorite bets to make this year. And he's sitting at a number that he has not hit all season. So not going to get too far ahead of ourselves, but yes, Jimmy Garoppolo under longest completion I think is a very good look today. We got Crispy in the house. Says, after watching sports for however long I've watched them, I decided that most countries' national anthems are too long. Make it like a 30-second jingle. I mean, like you could do that. What if so I guess what if the US made the Burger King jingle? Like the Whopper song, our national anthem. I kind of feel like it would fit. It's like all the US likes is eating burgers. It seems like a very American thing. But our national anthem's actually really that long? What are the longest and shortest national anthems? I'm actually gonna look this up right now. All right, longest and shortest national anthems. The national anthem of Greece is 158 stanzas long. The Japanese national anthem only has 4 lines. So, Crispy, if you're tired of long national anthems, you should move to Japan, because apparently Japan's national anthem is extremely short. Hasbrook says, is Saint Goatwhale Brown confirmed in or not? Let's take a look. We probably have injury issues or injury reports coming out. Can somebody go look? I guess he's like the one guy who's important to this game, who's a big question mark. But yeah, somebody can go look. We should have had official injury reports come out maybe 15 minutes ago or so. He's in. Okay, I was expecting him to be in. I was doing all of my research on this game, expecting him to be in. So thank you guys. Thank you. Downtown packed AF tonight. Love that. Vikings are gonna pick up Tom Brady just to prove that even he can't save them. Why? But like, why would they pick somebody up just to spite themselves? That would be weird. But no, I think Brady is happily enjoying retirement. What's up, Chris? Biting kneecaps tonight. Is that what lions do? I feel like lions are so tall that they would bite things higher than kneecaps. What part of the body would a lion bite? They just like bite everything at once. And also Late Night Gaming 360. W first time chat. Welcome to the stream. What's your favorite bet today? I need to know. And he is in. Love it. Again, as I said, I hate it. I hate injuries. It's my least favorite part of professional sports and of amateur sports, of all sports. All right. So, my thoughts on tonight's game, as far as sides and totals go. I like the Raiders.
To the Cowboys Show.
I do. I know we've got some Lions fans in here, but I like this spot for the Raiders. I really do. I like that Jimmy Garoppolo is back. Also, Heisenberg coming in with the 5 gifted sub bangs. Appreciate that. Heisenberg must have had a great weekend. I hope Heisenberg had a great weekend. I hope everyone had a great weekend. But yeah, Fizz, Diamico, Hawaiian, Manders, Rofit. If any of you were here,
Welcome to the
be sure to thank Heisenberg for the gifted subs. And Heisenberg, you can like click on people and individually like gift them subs if you want. I'm not trying to like force you into doing anything that you don't want to do, you know. But if there are people that you're trying to hit individually with sub banks, that is something that is within your power. Or what you can do is you can just gift like 100 sub bangs and then probably hit the couple people that you want, and I'll have to go gritty. Fuck the Chiefs, LOL. But yeah, weekend was good. Yeah, that Chiefs game was weird. I guess Patrick Mahomes was like really impacted by his illness. What's up, Rofit? How's it going? Thank you for thanking Heisenberg. What's up, Makoosh? What's the SGP like? I actually will have some SGP stuff. I think we can cook up a little SGP in this one. Heisenberg says, no, Nick, my bank called me after Thursday night. Classic. Well, but what are they gonna do? Are they gonna call you again? Also, Along says, I would love a sub. Hey. Hit a lay and sub upload, bro. Respectfully. No. If you don't want to sub, you don't have to. That's fine. But you don't have to watch ads if you're subbed. Also, you can use your Twitch Prime. Connect your Amazon account with your Twitch account. Thank you, Heisenberg. It's free. It's easy. It lets you sub for free to somebody every single month. All right. So yeah, getting back to the game. I see Late Night Gaming says got the under 46.5. I like the Raiders here. I think this is a pretty sharp spot for the Raiders. Somebody was saying, Along says, does Raiders +7 seem really sharp? I kind of think so. I kind of think it does. I have a couple reasons for that. So number one, I like the fact that Jimmy Garoppolo is playing in this game. This Raiders team is 3-2 straight up with Jimmy Garoppolo playing. They've beat, who have they beat? I naturally have closed Jimmy Garoppolo's player page, but they beat 3 teams. Jimmy Garoppolo, where are
To
we?
the Cowboy Show.
They beat the Broncos, they beat the Packers, they beat the Patriots. So not 3 like crazy teams, but three decent teams. Lost but covered what they covered 7 against the Steelers, and then got blown out by the Bills with Jimmy Garoppolo playing. So that's 4 out of 5 where they've covered +7 with Garoppolo in at quarterback.
Welcome to the
I'm also
Cowboy
worried
Show.
about this Lions offense without David Montgomery. So David Montgomery not going to be playing today, and has missed a couple other games already this year. And the Lions offense has not looked good with David Montgomery out of the lineup. They scored 6 points. They had 1 touchdown, which was a 21-yarder from Jahmyr Gibbs last week against the Ravens. That came when they were already down like 35-0. And then they scored 20 on the Atlanta Falcons. Didn't have a crazy good offensive performance in the other game that David Montgomery missed. So I think that this game could be a little bit more low scoring than we're expecting. I mean, this Lions team is a team that feels like they have a very good offense. But without David Montgomery, I don't know that they have that guy who's going to go out there and like consistently pick up first down after first down after first down. Jahmyr Gibbs is great. Hasn't quite proven that he can go out there and carry a 20 carry workload. So yeah, for me, it's the Raiders +7 as my favorite side and total bet. And then if I am on a total, it would be the under. But I'm going to put up the Raiders +7 for myself. I'm going to tie in the chat poll between the Raiders to cover 7 and actually the over 46. So we will get that up. That's the kind of tie that is A-okay. Not an issue if we have a side and a total tied. So we got the Raiders and the over from chat. I like the Raiders. So it looks like we have consensus there. We've got Heisenberg coming in with 2 more sub banks. Hitting up Hurricane Chris, hitting up Crispy. There we go. Chris and Chris. Or Chris and Crisp, we'll call it. The duo had to hook up the fellow Michigan fan, yes. So thank you, Heisenberg, now for the 7 today, and a lot over the course of history. Let's see, what do we got? So a couple other things. What's up, Manders? How's it going? Any props you like today? And yeah, Crispy says 100 gifted subs. Tell the credit card company it was definitely fraud, but then they'll take the money back, and we won't get it, which is maybe not what we want. Also, my camera's fucked. What's up with this? Hold on. I just realized that. Let's go like that. That works. What's up, Rofit? Says, need a miracle 33 points from Adams and Amon-Ra for a fantasy victory in PPR. Hey, a couple touchdowns, and you're there. I mean, like one decently long touchdown gets you like half the points you need. Makush says, put in one earlier of Laporta and Reynolds props. I'm a Lions fan, and I'm scared tonight. Well, as a Raiders backer, I'm happy that you're scared. As a human being, I'm not happy you're scared. What's up, Alex? Any whales? I think we have a couple whales. I do. I like some props today a lot. Sick Bunny's at the game tonight. That's awesome. W, boots on ground. Crispy, is that what happens? I thought it was just an infinite money glitch. Yeah. No, credit cards are an infinite money glitch. What you do is you just get a new credit card. You max it out by gifting us as many subs as you can, and then you just don't have to pay it off. It's literally free money, right? And then you get another one and another one and another one, and it's just free money. And it will never, ever, ever have any negative consequences for you. Maku says, don't think Amon-Ra is going to play. No, Amon-Ra is confirmed in. He is confirmed playing. Injury reports already came out. I mean, there's maybe a question about how much he's going to play. If the workload is going to be the same as it kind of always is for him. But he is going to be out there. His cleats are on, helmet's on. Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be playing. Late Night Gaming says, love Jacobs over rushing and receiving. I think that Jacobs' numbers are in a pretty good spot. We're going to get into that a little bit more coming up soon. But first things first, let's talk some passing props in today's game. So chat, what I need from you for passing props and for all of the other props moving forward is your favorite prop in this category. So with passing props, we're looking for a quarterback. We're looking for Jared Goff. We're looking for Jimmy Garoppolo. Over under passing yards, over under attempts, completions, touchdown passes, interceptions thrown, longest completion. Whatever your favorite passing prop is in those categories, let me know. I will take up to 5 and throw them in a poll. Get the community vote. And let's see what we've got. So, I see we've got Jared Goff over 1.5 touchdowns from a couple different people, from Austin and from Akush. We've got Jimmy Garoppolo under longest completion. Yeah, I think it's at like 36.5 right now. Al says Jimmy Garoppolo over passing attempts. Also, the best way to help me out with these is if you can tell me what the number is. That helps a lot. Also, some more faces in the chat. So we got Payaga. How's it going? And what is up, Handyman Al? With Garoppolo over pass attempts. Let's see what that number is at. Passing attempts for Garoppolo. We'll call it 34.5. Anything else? Payaga's got a couple of receiving props. We'll get to those next. Yeah, 34.5. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and send the poll live with these 3 props. And one of my favorite props is in the poll. And if you've tuned in to any of the starts that Jimmy Garoppolo has made this year, you should know that I love betting on Jimmy Garoppolo under longest completion. So Jimmy Garoppolo's played 5 games this year against the Denver Broncos. I was about to call them the Denver Nuggets. Against the Denver Broncos, longest completion, 21 yards. Against Buffalo, longest completion was 23. Against Pittsburgh, it was 32. Against Green Bay, it was 21. Against New England, it was 32. So longest completion on the season for Jimmy Garoppolo, 32 yards in 5 games, in 147 pass attempts and 100 completions, 32 yards. He does not sling the ball deep. I was texting with Ben earlier, who sent me a prop that he likes. I made a joke that I don't think that Ben actually responded to. I don't know if he saw it, but this was the end of the conversation. He said, "Nice, Jimmy G hates going super deep," and I responded with, "Jimmy G saves going super deep for his off the field escapades." And then Ben just didn't respond to that. I thought it was funny, but Ben didn't respond. So maybe that was a bad joke. But you know, Jimmy G loves his porn stars. So it's not all about Jimmy G. I mean, he's 5 for 5 on this. And again, I think that we're still getting this at 36.5, longest passing completion. 36.5 is available. 35.5. FanDuel's at 34.5. I think any of those numbers are good. How are the Lions defending the deep pass? So they've played 7 games. Longest passes that the Lions have allowed: Patrick Mahomes, 34. Geno Smith, 31. Desmond Ridder, 28. Jordan Love went over. He had a 44-yarder. Bryce Young had 30. Baker Mayfield, 26. Lamar Jackson, an 80-yarder to Gus Edwards, which was like a screen pass with a bunch of yak. And then 46 is a flower. So 3 passes over this number. 5 out of 7 unders have cashed. So give me Jimmy Garoppolo under 36.5, longest completion. I absolutely love this. and we'll call it 35.5. Also, yeah, Love going over was comical. It's the way it goes. I mean, it's not 100%, right? A prop could look great, but we're not aiming for the 100%. We're aiming for enough to make some money. But this has been a wagon, both betting this against Detroit and betting this on Jimmy Garoppolo. Piago's feeling ass today. Anything in particular got you down? Oh, that Adam Johnson thing ruined my week. Yeah, that was fucked. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. Yeah, I mean, it's just sad. I hate to see it. I hope that the outcome of that is more interest and maybe some regulations on neck protection for hockey players. But yeah, that was awful. That was just awful. All right. So we got Jimmy Garoppolo under. Longest completion for me. And Chad has voted for Jimmy Garoppolo over 34.5 passing attempts. I'm going to be honest. That prop kind of scares me. I have like a sneaking suspicion that the Raiders are going to be more than competitive in this game. More than competitive in this game. I actually think that Raiders ML is not a bad shout here. But if that's the case, I mean, over attempts is potentially sketchy. See, Piago's on the under yards for Garoppolo. I definitely don't hate that either. I really don't hate anything that's like Jimmy Garoppolo to not throw the ball deep, not throw the ball a ton. Al says, ice skates are scary. Yeah, they are. They're super scary. I mean, hockey's a dangerous sport. I mean, like, obviously the skates are the most dangerous thing, but like the sticks are dangerous. The puck is very dangerous. Like I played hockey growing up. I never had any like crazy injuries, but I have a scar across my eyebrow and then down onto my eyelid from getting high sticked. That's like my longest lasting hockey injury. He's getting investigated for doing it on purpose. I mean, I'm not going to comment or speculate on that. I know that I saw that the police were investigating something. They said it was just a procedural thing and they weren't suspecting anything, but I don't know. I'm not gonna deal with that. What's up, Ricardo? How's it going? Says tomorrow, Halloween NFL trade deadline. Yeah. What do you guys think about the trade deadline? Any of you think that your team is gonna make a move? And yeah, Heisenberg. Oh yeah, absolutely. You fucking wear a neck guard playing goalie. I played a lot of goalie. I played goalie in high school, like in my actual high school league. And yeah, it's a mistake that you make once. You make the mistake of not wearing a cup exactly once, and you make the mistake of not wearing a net guard exactly once. But yeah, luckily, I made the cut mistake when I was relatively young, so people weren't shooting the puck super hard. And then in high school, I took a slap shot like right to the sternum, and that was not fun. Patriots, no, not making any moves. Packers not going to make any moves. But articles will come out about how they almost traded for Jesus. True. I mean, honestly, they could have Jesus of Nazareth play offense and defense for them. I don't think it would help. Cole says, I don't know. I'm a Titans fan. Hope they don't move anybody. We're kind of worried that we're going to move D-Hop and Henry. Yeah, Will Levis looks really good. I mean, you gotta keep it up. You got to do it for multiple games. But as far as the debut goes, that was about as promising as it gets. I don't know if the Titans are looking for a playoff push this year, but gotta be happy with the way that Will Levis played. Rufit says Chargers fan, not sure for making any moves, but blocking tight end is what our beat reporter says. It's kind of interesting that you guys have like the 6'9" tight end and are looking for a blocking tight end, but I only see Donald Parham show up in like red zone passing plays. Ricardo says, I guess Travis Kelce heading to the Rams. Yeah, absolutely. And Taylor Swift is releasing a rap album. All right. So let's hop into the next prop category. Receiving props. So we like some overpassing attempts. So you guys, at least, like overpassing attempts for Jimmy Garoppolo. Somebody's going to be on the receiving end of those balls. Or maybe we've got some guys who are not going to be on the receiving end of some balls. Give me your favorite over-under receptions, over-under receiving yards, over-under longest catch prop. I will take up to 5, throw them in a poll, and see what we got. I see Chris earlier said Jamal Williams over 25.5 yards. Payaga has Jacoby Myers over 4.5 receptions. We'll just take one of those. Al, luckily, also on Laporta, over 4.5 receptions. Crispy, what is the Adams number at? Heisberg's got Mayer over 23.5 yards, and Crispy on Adams under 5.5 receptions. All right. Favorite receiving prop poll is up. Get your votes in. Let me know what you like. I honestly, I feel kind of bad because there's like 2 different Raiders prop wagons that I love. Jimmy Garoppolo under 35.5 yards is one, and Jacoby Myers to be on the receiving end of Jimmy Garoppolo throws is the other one. So see, Payaga is on Jacoby Myers over receptions at 4.5. That's pretty juiced. I think the Jacoby Myers reception best juice on that is -140 on DraftKings. I really don't want to pay that for 5 catches for him. And it's even juicier elsewhere. We're looking at like -182 on Pinnacle, -160 on FanDuel, -185 on BetMGM. So very juicy prop on the receptions for Jacoby Myers. But give me the yards at 61.5. And let me double check, make sure that number is still good. Where are we? Where is Jacoby Myers? Yeah, so 60.5 on DraftKings, -115. We'll take that. Jimmy Garoppolo loves throwing the ball to Jacoby Myers. He just does. In the 4 games that they played together, so Jacoby Myers has missed a game earlier this year. Jimmy Garoppolo's missed a couple games. So 4 games together for them. Jacoby Myers' stat lines: 9 catches on 10 targets for 81 yards and 2 touchdowns. 7 catches on 12 targets for 85 yards and no TDs. 7 catches on 10 targets for 75 yards and a touchdown. 5 catches on 7 targets, 61 yards and a touchdown. So what we're looking at is like 5+ targets or 5+ catches every game, 7+ in 3 of the 4, 75+ yards in 3 of the 4, and 61 in the other one. 4 total touchdowns, including a touchdown in 3 of the 4 games. When Garoppolo is playing, when Myers is playing, I love Jacoby Myers props. So give me Jacoby Myers over 60.5 receiving yards today. So I want to talk about some other guys too. Also, poll is close. Poll is tied. So get your votes in. You've got like 30 seconds. I want to talk about some Lions players too. I mean, because I felt kind of bad coming in with the same Myers prop that I have every time, but it hits every time. It hits every time. Also, Ben texted me and said that his favorite prop today is actually Michael Mayer over receiving yards. He texted me 25.5. There are 23.5s available. If you're looking for that, I guess it's like 25.5 -110, 23.5 -125. So up to you on which juice you want to pay. We have a 3-way tie in the poll. So I'm just gonna put. Actually, you know what we can do? We can deal with this one just because we have some extra space on the graphics. We'll take Williams over 25.5 yards and Myers over 4.5 receptions and Mayer over 23.5 yards. Little three-way tie action. The graphic can handle it today. So there we go. Oh, just kidding. The graphic disappeared. I guess the graphic couldn't handle it. No, there we go. It's back. All right. So on the Lions, I have some thoughts. So Jahmyr Gibbs is a guy that is in a very interesting spot today. With no David Montgomery, and he's already involved in the passing game pretty heavily. I'm expecting to see a lot of work for Jahmyr Gibbs. His receptions is at 3.5, like minus 150 to the over, or 4.5, like plus 125, plus 130 for the over. And his receiving yards sitting at 26.5. What's interesting about Jahmyr Gibbs this year in the air is his production is drastically different depending on whether the Lions win or whether the Lions lose. So Jahmyr Gibbs has played 5 games this year. In the 3 wins, he has a total, not an average, a total of 7 catches on 9 targets for 31 yards. He would have gone under 3 catches. He would have gone under 3.5 catches. He would have gone under 27.5 yards in all 3 of those games. In the 2 losses that Jahmyr Gibbs has played in, he has a total of 16 catches on 19 targets for 97 yards. Would have gone over all of these numbers in both of those losses. So the Gibbs prop seems actually like extremely tied, at least so far. It's a 5-game sample size. It's a small sample size. You can't make everything from it. But it seems extremely tied to whether the Lions win or lose. And as a Raiders backer in this game, I'm actually maybe inclined to bet some Gibbs unders. Or no, some Gibbs overs, excuse me. Just anticipating him getting some extra run in the passing game. But we'll see. I don't know that I'm quite confident enough to actually bet that. Also, Cole says, not what we're talking about. I like Hutch over 0.75 sacks. Hutch has been a beast this year, making the Jaguars look stupid for not taking him. Although, at the same time, I'm actually very happy that Aiden Hutchinson is in Detroit. Feels like a guy that wanted to be in Detroit, a guy that Detroit fans are super happy to have. So I love that combo. Ricardo says, after week 8 is over, next Monday, week 9 is on Chargers-Jets. Yeah, they should flex that game. That game sucks. What's up, Dragum? Rofit says, unrelated to NFL, but the Wizards are bad. Yeah, the Wizards are dog shit. But honestly, I'm happy. As I air quotes Wizards fan, they're my hometown team growing up. I don't really care about the NBA. They needed to just tear it down. For like a decade, they've been just a mediocre team. Like, maybe they'll be a bottom seed in the playoffs. Maybe they'll just miss the playoffs. Never really like the actual worst team in the league. In the NBA, you have to either A, get like top picks, like number 1 overall, number 2 overall picks. You need to either B, sign a bunch of top tier free agents, or C, you need to get extremely lucky on picks down the board. And the Wizards have done none of those 3 for a long time. So just going for the top picks, doing the full rebuild, is exactly what Washington should be doing. All right. Jace Fan says, Semi nuked a Hutch and Crosby sack. A little sack 2-legger. Haswick says, Hutch has looked really good. Yeah, Hutch has looked awesome. All right. So next up on the slate, we're looking for some rushing props. So chat, give me your favorite rushing prop. Could be anybody on either team. Over, under, rushing yards, over, under, rushing attempts, over, under, longest rush. I will take up to 5 things that you guys say, throw them in the poll, and see what the community likes. Also, Webby, W first time chat, welcome to the stream. Says, who wins the Stanley Cup? unbiased, it's definitely going to be the Washington Capitals, right? No. Caps are ass. They're so bad. I wish they were good, but I would trade a decade of mediocrity for the cup title that we got. I don't know. NHL seems pretty open this year. Has there ever been an NBA team that's won a championship with an elite backcourt but a mediocre front court? I mean, probably. Need to go and refresh. All right. So let's take a look at what we got for rushing props. We've got Gibbs rushing attempts. I'm assuming that's an over. Let me go. I think it's like what, 17 and a half? No, 15 and a half. I guess you can go like over 15 and a half. Yeah. Plus 100. Webby likes Jahmyr Gibbs' longest rush. I think that's a pretty interesting look. That number is at 15 and a half as well, I believe. Yeah, 15 and a half. Anything else? Anything else? And yeah, Crispy, the Wizards front court with Wall and Beal. I mean, who do they ever have? Like fucking like JaVale McGee. Sure. Anything else? All right, I'm gonna go find the rushing yards numbers. Oh, Jays fan. Okay, Goff over here. I want at least 3 things in the poll. Goff over 1.5 rushing yards. All right, poll is up. Get your votes in. Let me know what you like. Rotorate W first time chat says Miami versus Detroit Super Bowl. Detroit winning. Are you by chance a Detroit Lions fan? I would guess that you are. But yeah, no, Lions look legitimately really good this year. Oh, no, you're a Packers fan. Packers fan saying the Lions to win the Super Bowl. Never thought I would see the day. Never thought I would see the day. Chiefs Rams. That would be something. All right, yeah, so poll is up. Get your votes in. I actually like a couple of these props. I think the Jared Goff rushing yards is interesting. 1.5 is just like not a lot of yards. You just like a tush push, and he's there. Oh, also, I don't know if anybody saw this yesterday in our Discord. I posted or on stream. I've been asking for a name for like the fake tush push, and the best I could come up with was the taint feint. Like FEINT. The taint feint. Is that a good name for the fake tush push? Or can anybody come up with a better name? Somebody can probably come up with a better name, but I want people to think about it. Now what? No, I mean, number one, respect for valuing a team other than yourself in your division. A lot of people in the NFL just can't do that. But yeah, no, the Lions are good. The Lions have a good offense. They have a good defense. It was a little bit worrying the way that they got exposed by Lamar last week. So maybe I'd like to see them play another rushing quarterback of that quality and see how they fare. But yeah, no, Detroit's good, and definitely no arguments with Miami making it that far. The Pecker Wrecker, the canceled colonoscopy. I did like collect some of these names and make a poll on Twitter, and see what people like. But yeah, I think the Goff number is interesting. Although I agree with Mr. Wager, says Goff going to kneel to end the game. That is a very real risk. I think that Jahmyr Gibbs' longest rush is also a pretty good look. So I've got stats here for longest carries that the Raiders have allowed. Samaje Perine had a 12-yarder. James Cook had a 36-yarder. Najee Harris 17. Kelly on the Chargers 22. AJ Dillon 11. Ramondre Stevenson 15. Devontae Foreman 14. So I think the longest rush is a good look. I actually, though, with the attempts, am kind of thinking about an under 15.5. Partially because it's correlated with the Raiders to cover play that I like, and I really think that there's a reasonable chance here that the Raiders just win this game. And if that's the case, Gibbs is not going to run the ball 16 times. He had 17 in the first game that David Montgomery missed. He had like 12 carries or something, like 10 carries, 12 carries last week against the Ravens. So I think I'm actually going to put up Jahmyr Gibbs under 15.5 attempts as my favorite rushing prop here. It's definitely very sketchy, and I've definitely set myself up here with these 4 things that I have where they're all correlated. This is a card that's going to go like 4-0 or 0-4. I guess maybe not exactly. I guess the Garoppolo and Myers props aren't super correlated with like the Gibbs prop. But yeah, I'm gonna go Gibbs under attempts. And then chat, we had a tie with the Gibbs over 15.5 attempts and the Gibbs over 15.5 longest rush. So we can get both of those up there. No sweat on the tie here. Crispy says easiest overs for rushing props will be against the Packers every time. Yeah, Packers run D, not great. Heisenberg says, I can't back anything Gibbs over related until I see him doing well consistently. It's the whole production versus talent projection, like MIM stuff. Yeah, I completely agree. Jahmyr Gibbs obviously has all the talent in the world, but until we see him going out there and consistently racking up volume, it's kind of tough to back him. Webby says Craig Reynolds was also banged up last week. Should be healthier this week. Yeah, Reynolds had 3 carries and 2 of them came on the last drive of the game. Could definitely see some more run from him today as well. See you, Rofit. Have a great rest of your game. Great rest of your day. Or game if you're playing a game, I guess. But have a great rest of your day. Good luck with your bets as well. All right. One more thing that we need to do, and that is find a touchdown prop. Who is going to find the end zone today? So give me your favorite anytime touchdown scorer. And please, I'm begging you, give me the price. We'll take up to 5, put them in the poll. I think we got an ad going. So let me go like this. Announce. Give me your favorite TD props. Something went wrong. Please try again later. GG's. But yeah, favorite touchdown props. I see we've got Heisenberg on Jacoby Myers. Plus 230 on DK. Heisenberg's also got prices. W. It's like the one thing that the unabated dashboard doesn't have on their prop screen is touchdown prop odds. Also, what's up, Pick 6? How's it going? Welcome in. Archie says Jamison Williams plus 300. Crispy says Jared Goff passing touchdowns. I think we're looking for like anytime touchdown scorers. The Goff passing touchdowns went into the passing prop poll. Just did not win. What else we got? Anybody willing to take Davante Adams today? Anybody looking for Jahmyr Gibbs? Anybody looking for Josh Jacobs? Anybody else? I think we were in an ad break when I asked. It always happens. I just recently set everything up so I can see when an ad is running. And I was always confused why sometimes I would ask for props for the polls and just nobody would say anything. And now I know. It was because of ads. All right, so Heisenberg also says throw in Laporta at plus 225. Crispy says Josh Jacobs seems likely. Yeah, I'll throw Josh Jacobs in there. Plus 145. All right, and we will run the poll with those 4 options. All right, get your votes in. Let me know what you like. I'm on something that's in the poll. Should come as no surprise. Give me Jakobi Meyers to score a touchdown today. I just love the number at plus 230. It feels like a great bet. He's scored in 3 of the 4 games with Jimmy Garoppolo in at quarterback. He has 4 total receiving touchdowns in 4 games from Jimmy Garoppolo. You're giving me a guy with that kind of history, with that kind of production, with this quarterback in at plus 230 again. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's a great number. So let's take a look at how the Lions have fared against wide receivers. I actually haven't looked at this yet. So the Lions have allowed, where are we? Lions have allowed, I guess, only 7 touchdowns in 7 games to wide receivers. Allowed 11 total passing touchdowns, which isn't a ton. I see Derek likes Craig Reynolds, plus 230. Also, how's it going, Derek? I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute. How things been with you? All right. So yeah, I love Jakobi Meyers. I don't have a ton to say about it beyond it's just a kind of silly number. If we're looking at the Lions end of things, so Jahmyr Gibbs is like minus 145-ish. I've got FanDuel numbers up right now. Minus 145 for Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, it's like, He's like got to be the guy, or maybe it's Amon-Ra, but he's banged up. And then after that, it's a clusterfuck, right? I mean, you've got Sam Laporta, you've got Craig Reynolds, Josh Reynolds, Jameson Williams, all within a couple cents of each other. That's like really not on. It doesn't feel like an obvious number 3 guy for a touchdown in that offense. Whereas Jakobi Meyers, at like the same price that you're getting Reynolds, at the same price that you're getting Josh Reynolds, feels like a guy that's just a much better look to score today. So it looks like Jameson Williams is winning the poll right now. Oh, Sam Laporta, potential to make a comeback. Are we just gonna go with ties all day on these polls? Let's see. And then, I guess last thing to do. Okay, so JMO does win the poll. And then I want to build an SGP for this game. I want to build a little SGP for this game. Chris says, forgot Obi Toppin was on the Pacers. I also didn't know that Obi Toppin was on the Pacers. God, remember when Obi Toppin was like a lottery pick and everyone's like, oh, Obi Toppin's going to be great in the NBA. He was so good at Dayton. No. Too old. How is Obi Toppin doing in the NBA? It's already 25. Playing 18 minutes a game. GG's. Happy Sports Equinox Day. It is Sports Equinox Day. That's true. He's doing meh. Sounds like what you would expect from a guy who's drafted in the lottery at age 22. I go on about that every single year, and people just don't listen. All right, let's see what we got. So I have my free bet on PointsBet, which I would like to use, although I don't think have longest completion over unders. Let me make sure they don't. No, they don't. Also, Late Night Gaming, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. I've enjoyed having you around today. Love the contributions to the polls and the takes on stuff. W first time viewer. Game Pass says Zion to score over 20 points, minus 900. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? So I'm gonna go look at Caesars, I guess, for an SGP. If we want to include that Goff in there, I wonder what we get if we just go Jacoby Myers receiving yards over and Jimmy Garoppolo longest completion under. Plus 275. Husband says, also, Nick, gotta fix rewards. Oh, yeah, I will do that at some point. I need to take out the Nick Tails Your Bet rewards. Yeah. I have... So Caesar's SGPs suck. They're terrible. Because all the hold is so crazy. But they have more options. Like, you can't bet kicking props on a lot of spots. You can't bet tackles and sacks on a lot of spots. All right. So let's see. What do we want in this SGP? Also, I guess I'll say right now, my favorite bets today, I'm going to do co-favorite bets, is the Jimmy Garoppolo under longest completion and the Jacoby Myers over receiving yards. Definitely my two favorite plays today. Also, actually, I really like the Raiders to cover. So what if we went Raiders to cover? We went Jacoby Myers over receiving yards. What else do we like? J McSneak says Devontae receptions, Jacoby receptions, Reynolds and Gibbs receiving yards. That's interesting. Because the Devontae and Jacoby are at least a little bit going to be negatively correlated, especially because of how, like, I guess, limited the big play threat is in this offense. And kind of the same deal with Reynolds and Gibbs, because they can't both get receiving yards on the same play. Thoughts on Raiders team total over? I don't love it. I definitely lean the under in this game. I would rather bet like a Lions team total under than a Raiders team total over as part of my kind of combined leans on the Raiders and the under. But I mean, if you like the Raiders and you like the over, then yeah, team total's a good look. Telling you Hutch sack will cash in the first half. Add SGP. I can't bet it anywhere. I know I'm always down for a kicking prop or a defensive prop, but none of the books that I can actually bet on have sack props. All right, so if we just take everything that I have on my list, but swap out Jimmy Garoppolo under longest completion with the Jacoby Myers touch, or with the under plus 2,500, which is decent. That's decent. Bet 365. I have an account there. I don't have any money in that book right now. Did we talk Josh Jacobs under yards? No, we didn't. We didn't really talk about Josh Jacobs at all. I don't really have any thoughts on Josh Jacobs. I think that number is maybe like a little bit high. But there's a lot of potential for a lot of volume. I mean, so the Lions have the third. Well, I guess I don't want to call it third best run D in the league as far as allowing fantasy points. Are the third best. In terms of yards per game, they're the third best to running backs. They're the number 7 best in terms of allowing yards per carry to running backs. So yeah, I mean, Josh Jacobs under yards at 63.5 or something, I think it was at, is definitely a reasonable look. I'm just worried about a lot of volume for Jacobs. Looks like that's at 60.5 now. Also, what's up, Mulchi W? First time chat. Welcome to the stream. Says thoughts on Laporta over 40. I think it really depends on how limited Amon-Ra St. Brown is. Laporta's balling out this year. It really is. I've been very impressed. It is tough for rookie tight ends to come and just perform well right out of the gate. But Sam Laporta's doing it. That being said, his receiving yards number right now is at 40, 45.5, 47.5, 49.5. He's hit that number once this year. He's hit, or actually, if you're betting like 47.5, he hasn't hit that once this year. So I think that's tough. I mean, if you're betting like 40 plus, you got to be paying like minus 160 or something for that, the way that the books price those alt totals. He's been crushing in fantasy. Yeah, he has. I mean, he's seeing a ton of volume. He's like the number 4 rated tight end coming into the week in PPR, something like that. But yeah, I mean, at the same time. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I was looking at longest catch and thinking that was the yards. So yeah, he's a. Yeah, I fucked that up. So yeah, he's going over this number pretty consistently. He's had 52, 56, 84, and 63 in games. It's tough. It's really tough. Let me actually take a look and see what the model has him at. Have not cited that yet today. Yeah, I have Laporta going under. But I don't have a lot of conviction in either direction on Laporta. Also, Multi, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome in. Is that your favorite bet today? The Laporta over yards? Or you got anything else that you like? His receptions is a better look, says Derek. Could be. His receptions is at 4.5. Yeah, minus 105. Don't hate that. What else do we have? Just a two-legger, Laporta over 4 and 6 receptions. Or over 40 and 6 receptions. Raiders plus Myers. Or Raiders plus Myers. Am I okay? Raiders plus 7, Myers ATD. Myers over yards plus 650. Yeah. I don't like parlaying like a guy over yards and a guy to score touchdown just because of how positively correlated they are. It's like a real feels bad if they miss because they just happen to not score. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do. I don't know that. I wish I had a book that had like a good number on SGPs in general and a good number on, or a number at all on Garoppolo under longest completion. So if we went on Caesars and we went Jimmy G under 36.5 longest completion, Raiders +7, and Jacoby Myers over 61.5 yards. Won't even let you put the fucking spread in there. Can I do like an alt spread? +6.5. Why won't you let me put the spread in my SGP? What is that? Come on, grow up. Just take my damn money. Need Gibbs 25 points in PPR. That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. Or maybe we throw in Ben's favorite play as another prop here. I like that. Let's take Michael Mayer receiving yards. DK has longest completion but can't add it to SGPs. Like I hate that so much. And Caesars, like they have it. They have the spreads in the SGP section. And you try and add it, and they're just like, oh, there's an error. There's a problem with adding this prop to your SGP. We don't know how to price it, so we're not going to offer it to you. But click on it anyways. Like, come on. It's frustrating. All right. So yeah, I'm thinking maybe Raiders +7, Myers and Meyer. How we feel about that? Or does this feel like the Lions are going to let me down? Books know it's too good. Oh, absolutely. All right, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and play that as the little SGP geyser today. Just tossed I love that. Gowder Casher, $40 bonus bet on Michael Mayer first touchdown in honor of Halloween. Honestly, how funny would that be if he had like a Michael Myers mask as part of his touchdown celebration today? I mean, he'd get fined out the wazoo, but it would be hilarious. But yeah. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that. And again, favorite bets today: Myers over yards and Jimmy Garoppolo under longest completion. Those are my like co-favorite bets in the game today. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I've got about 5 minutes until the stream starts. Tell me that's not. I can't tell you that's not in the script. Again, like the writer's strike just ended. I'm sure they have a lot of fresh ideas. All right. So yeah, I'm going to call it. Next stream is going to be, I don't know when. Ben may or may not be doing some college football stuff on Tuesday or Wednesday. If not, I will see you all on Thursday. Also, we've got college basketball starting up. We're going to be doing daily streams for college basketball, which I am super excited for. I'm very much looking forward to college basketball. We will announce the schedule for that when we're ready to. So good luck with your bets tonight, unless you're fading me.